Have you ever wondered what an attacking operator with the combined abilities of Dokkaebi, Mozzie and Twitch would be like? Let me introduce you to Anarchy. Anarchy is a 1-speed, 3-armor attacker that excels in causing chaos and disruption during situations. Using his spider drone, he is capable of hacking into electronic defender gadgets to disrupt, dismay and destroy the defender's well-constructed plans. When it comes to loadout, Anarchy doesn't fall short. After some advice about mitigating recoil from Buck, Anarchy decided to adopt and modify the C8 SFW. He uses vertical grip or angle grip in place of the traditional shotgun, allowing for easier recoil control. When engagements take place at close quarters, Anarchy can bring the ITAL-12L as his primary weapon. Deciding that taking inspiration from Mozzie's gadget wasn't enough, Anarchy decided to take his SDP 9mm as his secondary weapon of choice. Anarchy's spider drone can interact with many of the defender's gadgets in unique ways, as you'll see later on. To start things off, I'd like to go over default cams. Default cams can be hacked during the prep phase or action phase. Hacked cams will emit a low red light to tell perceptive defenders that all is not as it seems. These cameras can be accessed by anyone on the attacking side and can be a great way to gain intel before entering the building and when watching flanks. Defenders and neutralized attackers can always access these cameras. Defenders can see an icon on each hacked camera, much like a Dokkaebi hack, allowing the defenders to take out hacked cams or leave them and shallow roam close to play mind games on unsuspecting attackers. Black eyes will act in a very similar way to default cams and can be deadly to an unaware defending team. Kapkan's traps can be hacked to sow further discourse within the defending team. Hacked traps will emit a translucent blue beam to help defenders know when the spider drone has hacked them. Kapkan traps will still trigger when an attacker steps through them. Pulse, Clash, Warden and Vigil will all have their abilities charge reduced to 0 and will be unable to use their abilities for a set period of time. Mozzie pests can be used to capture drones, but Anarchy's spider drone can recapture stolen drones, making drone sacrificing on attack more viable. Pests are destroyed like Twitch. Captured Anarchy drones will deal 15 damage per shot to attackers, making it useful for Mozzie to watch out for Anarchy drones. Ella's mines can be hacked to emit a blue light on their shaft instead of red or green. This will allow for easier identification on behalf of the defenders. They will still trigger when an attacker steps through. Spider drones are capable of hacking Yokai drones, however 2 or 3 shots will be needed, making this venture a risk. The spider can capture a Yokai, but it will be exposed by doing so and will require a significant pool of its shots to capture. Only Echo or Anarchy can move the drone around the map. Other operators will only be able to change its viewing angle. Echo has priority unless out of play, and Anarchy cannot stun. Captured goo mines will decloak, allowing for visibility by defenders and attackers. Lesion will need to communicate with his team to know if there is an Anarchy in play, and watch out for a yellow goo logo within his vision radius, which indicates a captured mine. Defenders can avoid the mine to utilize it against attackers, or destroy it to ensure they aren't poisoned by their own mine. Similar to Yokai drones, Maestro's evil eyes can be captured in 2 to 3 shots. However, Anarchy is able to use the laser on defenders if he wishes. Maestro still has priority if he is alive. Defenders lack utility to destroy Maestro cams, which may be worth noting for future nerfs. 2 to 3 shots will hack a Banshee, and then the Banshee will not differentiate between teams. Let me know in the comments section which of these you prefer. Option 1. After shooting the canister once, the black mirror is reversed, allowing the mirror to be used against the defenders. Option 2. The canister is shot and then both teams can then see through an indestructible mirror, unless the canister is shot a second time by the drone or by a member of either team. Pre-placed toxic canisters can be shot to release the gas. Twitch's drone would only destroy these. Proximity near mute jammers is no longer beneficial to defenders. Among other disadvantages, safety from line scans and Dockerby hacks become nullified. Additionally, the mute jammer now removes the reticule from attacker and defender sights. Magnets will now be able to catch defender thrown projectiles such as C4 and impact grenades. When shot, Bandit batteries explode on reinforced walls, leaving behind a small hole in the reinforcement. This makes bandit tricking and thermiting almost impossible, and Maverick will need to angle himself before attempting to trick. As the aperture is two-way, the operators would be exposed to gunfire. Electroclaws work in a similar way, except with much less effectiveness. Most of the time, claws are placed away from reinforced walls due to the range. Perhaps counter software prevents an additional cage from being deployed for 3 seconds, giving Thermite or Hibana enough time to open the hatch. Alibi's decoys can be hacked and will show the position of any defender that stands on it or fires through it. A red LED indicator on the base of the clone will alert defenders to hacking. A blue LED will indicate a defender-owned clone. I saved the most interesting for last. ADSs can work like magnets, destroying projectiles and acting as a utility dump, or they can have an alternate function. ADSs are often placed near anchor points, preventing defenders from being grenaded, flashed, or otherwise pushed off their position. What if ADSs, depending on how many shots they have left, up to a maximum of 2, could destroy defender gadgets? For instance, you're attacking CCTV wall on Clubhouse and Jäger has placed an ADS by CCTV wall to help a bandit to trick. You use the Anarchy drone to hack an ADS and it destroys both bandit batteries. This allows a hard breacher to breach the wall. Another alternative is an ADS destroying a Vulcan shield and killing a defender anchoring behind it. Although Anarchy may seem overpowered at first, you must remember that like his counterpart Twitch, there is a huge difference between a highly skilled Twitch player and a lower skilled Twitch player. Many Anarchy drones won't be saved during prep phase, and many players will not target specific gadgets or use planned drone holes to enter sites sneakily. For instance, the garage, ramp, basement, elevator hole on bank. A highly skilled Anarchy player can turn the tide of a battle by capturing an echo drone during a 1v4 and winning, but a lower skilled player will most likely lose both drones before any real progress can be made into pushing site. Most attacker drones are destroyed easily, and mute jammers, Mozzie pests and defenders are still able to destroy/neutralize them. For balancing purposes, Anarchy drones won't have all of their ammo straight away. I think they should start with 2 shots and gain the rest of their shots over time, much like a Lesion or Wamai does. Communication will be vital against Anarchy. If a player sees the Anarchy drone and doesn't call it out to his or her teammates, defender gadgets can be lost and players may walk unnecessarily into Kapkan traps, etc. Hacked gadgets cannot be picked up. A good use of Anarchy will always rely on communication within a team. My favourite part about Anarchy is that it forces both defenders and attackers to make decisions that cannot be overturned. Do I take out a bandit battery or wait until my second charge arrives so that I can capture an echo drone? Do I take out this default cam that I know is hacked, or should I wait for nearby attackers that have been lulled into a false sense of security? Anarchy may change the way Siege is played, or we may decide as a community that he or she is not a good fit for the game. Either way, he or she was a fun operator to flesh out. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I recently reached 360 followers on my Instagram, 100 subscribers on my YouTube, and I turned 22 on Monday. This week has already been good for me. If you like the idea of Ubisoft considering this operator for Rainbow Six Siege, please like, share and comment on the video for the best chance of this being seen by a member of Ubisoft's design team. It's a dream of mine to create content that entertains and informs, and I would be eternally grateful if this operator could even reach an official Ubisoft spokesperson, never mind be put into the game. Once again, I really appreciate your time and have a nice week.